Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Cup of Joe with Coach Joe. How are we doing? Today, Slow Bloom Drip. Those of you guys don't know Slow Bloom in Redlands, formerly Augie's. There's a lot of stuff that went on. Not going to get into it. But they wound up, a lot of the baristas got together and started their own coffee shop. It's like a collaborational effort. Really good people. Excellent coffee. Slow Bloom. Lots of great stuff, right? We had quarterfinals wrap up. I'm actually filming this on Monday. I was with the family down in Long Beach for the Long Beach Grand Prix this weekend. So I was super bummed because I missed out on the festivities in Beaumont on Sunday afternoon, but I heard it was an awesome time and everyone crushed it. So that's why I'm actually filming this on a, kind of cloudy, nice Monday morning. Everyone has till 5 o'clock. I know I had heard maybe some retests going on, so we'll know more by tomorrow, meaning Tuesday, where kind of people sit as far as semifinals. I know we got some people right in there, really close, age group and otherwise, so that is super exciting. So stay tuned for news of that. Hopefully by next Cup of Joe, we'll have some of that solidified. But other than that, I just want to say congrats to all the quarterfinalists. I mean, a lot of PRs, a lot of awesomeness. I felt like everyone just did a great job and it was smooth and, just a good time. And it was fun to see. I really am a fan. I think the 25% thing was fun. I think the programming was really appropriate to where if you were great at some of those movements, they were really hard workouts, but everyone could kind of play, right? The muscle ups being towards the end, it being a feat to even get to the muscle ups. I thought there was some fun stuff in there with the rope climbs. That wall ball workout was just nasty von nasty. The 1 minute on transition workout with the rowing was kind of cool. And then I thought the strength event was cool, right? With the 10 clean and jerks and then the rest and then the 10. So big ups to everyone that competed in quarterfinals. And, now it's putting back in the work for all you guys next year to try and make it in that top 25% and mix it up. And I'm excited for all that stuff. That being said, as far as stuff coming up, we are about 5 weeks away from Memorial Day, so we got a little Murph action. So very poignant today. What my plan was to talk about a little bit about Murph, the hero workout, and how we're going to be bringing back the Murph Prep Monday. Some people had asked me this morning about that. So over the next couple Mondays, kind of like we did leading up into the Open, where I did Open WOD Monday, we do Murph Prep Monday, where I kind of I program a Murph inspired-ish workout, like it'll have pull-ups or push press or some type of pressing movement, some type of pulling movement, some type of running. It's not like Murph, but something adjacent to kind of get us ready, give you the opportunity to kind of warm that up. Some people have asked me about that, so that will start next week on the 29th. Also with that, we'll be releasing this year's Murph shirt, which I'm mega stoked about. I say this a lot. This one's my favorite, by far. It's not that the other ones were bad by any means. The other ones are dope. I like last year, the Marine inspired one. Good morning. Neighbors walking by. But this one is one of those, when I thought of the idea, we were driving to Arizona with the missus, and we're kind of bouncing a couple ideas off of each other. And I said, what about this? And it was one of those where it was like, how have I not done this? It's so obvious, but so good. So stay tuned. That'll get posted on Monday, and we'll have the sign-up sheets for that. Run them for a week or two and get those bad boys printed. Murph Shirt 2024. So along those veins, it was actually perfect timing. Kyle, 5 a.m.er, hit me up and asked me about Weight Vest. And it was something I was going to talk about, but it segmented perfectly into today. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time in this video talking about Weight Vest and pros and cons and all that kind of good stuff. So I pulled up some stuff on my computer I wanted to go over. I just went to Rogue Fitness. Obviously, you can get them somewhere else, but they have a good smattering of all the different weight vests, and I kind of want to talk through what I have, what I know people have used in the past, maybe pros and cons to these weight vests. So that being said, I meant to bring mine and I totally forgot it. So I have a 511 tactical vest. They were kind of, there were weight vests before this, but they were the first kind of like plate carrier to come out. They had used them in the CrossFit Games. 511 is a company that makes tactical gear, and they actually developed this vest as a actual vest, like you put Kevlar in it, like an actual cops military vest. And then they saw an opportunity in the CrossFit space and in the general fitness space to, you know, also market it to people that want to do workouts in a weight vest, whether they're going on hikes or they're doing Murph or something like that. Let's talk advantages and disadvantages. Quality is insane. I still use my vest, and I think I've had it for 10 years. I'm going to take the under and say I've had it for 7. I know for a fact I've had it for that long. I have beat the living crap out of that thing. I probably do, I don't know, 5 to 10 workouts a year in a weight vest. And that thing's still kicking, right? And it's not like I'm gently hanging it up. It's like getting thrown all over the gym, right? So quality is insane. The drawback would probably just be the cost. So a 511 tactical carrier on Rogue is $215. That doesn't count the plates. So I have a curved Rogue plate. It's got like a curve to it. Those are $85. The 8.75 pound plates, which is what you'd need for the dudes, because yes, I know that's 17.5 pounds, but the vest weighs. So that's what gets it to 20. Those are $80. The women's plates would be $60 for a pair. So you're looking like $300 for a vest, right? So that would be what I would say is the difficulty, is that barrier of entry, right? And yeah, a pair of the curved plates is like $100, it looks like. Something like that. 100, 105. So they're a little bit more, I find them to be a little more comfortable. So that'd be kind of the drawback. Rogue makes a plate carrier just called the Rogue Plate Carrier. It's very thin. I personally have never used this plate carrier. I know Luke that trained at the gym had one. I think a couple other people have one. It looks really nice. It's not quite as bulky. Everything Rogue makes is pretty durable, so I don't think you're gonna have a problem durability wise. That one's $135. So if you add the plates onto that bad boy, you're more in the 200 range, right? So it's like $100 less, or $75, $80 less. So there's one advantage there. GoRuck makes one that's similar to the Rogue one as far as kind of the style, right? Kind of thin, minimal. That one's like $195, so it's kind of in the middle between the Rogue and the 511 one. GoRuck stuff is pretty bomb-proof. I have one of their backpacks, and it's the most overbuilt thing in the history of the universe. I think I could throw it off Mount Everest, and it would survive. So then the other option is you'll see these where it's like a box weight vest. There's a company called Box that makes them, where they actually have like individual little bars that maybe weigh like a pound or two, and you can slot them in. Advantages being you can adjust the weight, right? Like my 20-pound vest is just a 20-pound vest. That you can make a 5-pound vest, you can make a 20-pound vest, you can make a 30-pound vest. The problem I have with them is they're kind of bulky, and if you're doing like a push-up, they're not flush, right? They like stick out 2 or 3 inches, right? So that's kind of, you got to factor in versatility and what you want out of your weight vest, right? And those are like 120, 150 bucks. So then you'll see companies like Condor, and I believe this is the same brand. Yeah, it looks like it, at least. You can find on Amazon. So these look kind of similar to the Rogue One, and I know a few people at the gym that have these, and they seem like they've held up okay, and they're 60 bucks. So now if you add plates, you know, you're like 150, you're more in that like $175, $180 range, right? So that's kind of your options. Now, without having really used one of those plate carriers, I don't really know, but, and like I said, I know some people anecdotally that have them at the gym, and they seem like they've held up. I think durability would be your biggest factor there, right? Is like, you know, with 511 and probably with Rogue and probably with GoRuck for sure, that you're not going to have to, you're going to get bored of it before you have to buy another one. But then, like I always tell everyone, is I used to talk about this when I was in the snowboard industry, is what are you looking to do with it, right? So if you look at like a snowboard, right? The difference between a $350 snowboard and a $700 snowboard is honestly, one, your skill level, but also how many times you snowboarding, right? If you're going twice a year, you're fine over here, right? If you're going 50 times a year, this board is going to be trashed in like half a season. This one's going to hold up. If you're going to do one workout a year, maybe 2, right? You're probably fine. If you're planning on doing, you love vested workouts, you love rucking, you're going to do a ruck or a vested workout once a week, twice a month, it's probably going to be worth it to go with at least that Rogue One, if not the GoRuck or the 511, right? And then it just becomes aesthetics, right? Like, I like the way the 511 one looks, right? The only other thing, once again, I haven't tried them both on, is that the straps are a little thicker on the 511, so maybe it might be a little more comfortable, but probably not too big of a difference there. So then it just kind of comes down to aesthetics, right? Like, I like the brown one, you know. So there are kind of your options. So we're ranging anywhere from essentially that $150-ish, right, all the way up into the $300. And we're just looking at durability, functionality, and all that good stuff. And like I said, you guys can also double check. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Put stuff down below if you find or you've used one of these carriers, right? Put it down in the comments. And let people know, like, hey, I've used the Condor one, I love it, I've blah blah blah, you know, I have the GoRuck one, I have the Rogue one, I have the 511 one, you know. Links to ones that you've used in the past would be greatly appreciated as we get into Murph, because we're about 5 weeks away, baby. So other than that, I hope everyone has an awesome week. Like we were talking about earlier, stay tuned. We'll figure out some results hopefully soon. We still got to go through the video review process, but for quarter and semifinals, so that's going to be super exciting. And then we got an awesome week of programming coming up. We have, I believe, 2 more weeks left in the strength cycle, which is exciting. But I think that's about it. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully it was informative. As always, if you have any questions, hit me up, put it in the comments, and we'll get them on a later Cup of Joe. Roasting series will be kicking off pretty soon. I'm excited about that. I think we're going to start. I'm trying to coordinate with Robbie from Stell's, and then the guy from Resolute Coffee, and then I'm trying to get Slow Bloom on board as well. So a lot of fun things there. As always, have an awesome week, guys. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Deuces.